Hi! Do you want to become better in MVS but you're not sure how to? If so, this video is for you, because my friend and I would be giving you all some tips and tricks to improve. Also, the Rookie fam has reached 5,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for the support. So as a 5,000 subscribers special, I decided to do tips and tricks since there's high demand for it. Also guys, I have 3 other videos on various tips and tricks, so go watch them if you haven't. Anyways, beside me is my dear friend TCG. He has a channel too, so go subscribe right now. He's literally over level 300 in moves, so bro has skills. Okay, enough of yapping, let's do a transformation.
Hi, we have transformed into Handsome Rook and TCG. So, both of us would be giving you all tips and tricks to be better in MVS. Without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1 would be to focus on your aim. Instead of spam throwing or shooting in different directions, slow down and focus on aiming at your target instead. Spam shooting or throwing without intuition is just going to get you cooked. Instead, predict and aim at where your opponent is going to go, then get them once they come out. In this case, the opponent is behind here. So, focus your aim of your knife throws or gunshots there. Knives are slower than guns, so you have to predict where to throw your knife. Tip number 2. Make your movement less predictable. Do not spam jump or run in a straight line.
What the hell?
You're just going to get killed very easily. Instead, just try to run in a random motion and jump sometimes. That way your opponent won't really know where you're going, which reduces your chances of getting killed. Tip number 3. Peeking. Some beginners throw their knives like these, with their entire body or arms sticking out. Do not do this, please. You're just going to become an easy target for your opponent. Instead, what you want to do is peeking. First, hide behind a wall or something else. Peek out a little. Then throw. Once you throw, hide immediately. When peeking, make sure to also switch your movements by jumping and throwing at the same time. Also, if you're throwing knives from your left-hand side, don't throw in an anti-clockwise direction. As you can see, I am moving my character in an anti-clockwise direction right now. Try not to do that because it exposes your body more. It's also harder to throw because the position is quite uncomfortable. Instead, when throwing knives from your left-hand side, throw in a clockwise direction. It's better because you'll expose less body, throw slightly faster, hence lowering your chances of getting shot. It's a more comfortable position to play in as well. Tip number 4. Make use of shiftlock. You can use shiftlock to look through walls, to see where your opponent is. Shiftlock allows me to look through the walls in temple and shows that my opponent is hiding there. This means I got to be careful. So, my strategy is to use speed boost to get him quickly. Yep, so shiftlock is pretty helpful. Tip number 5. Attack versus defend. It is important to know when to attack the enemy's base or defend your own base. If your base is getting attacked, it probably isn't a good idea to try to attack their base back yet. Instead, defend your base first and focus on getting rid of the opponents camping at your base. You can do so by just killing them from inside your base, or if that's not possible, try to get out of your base to distract them so that they can get killed by your team members or you yourself. After you got rid of most of them, you can start moving out of your base to camp them back. On the other hand, as a base camper, You should attack your opponent's base and try to make sure that they are trapped inside their bases, while also making sure that it's hard for them to get you. That way your team will be able to dominate the enemy team. Go back to tips 1, 2 and 3 to help you reduce your chances of getting killed when base camping. Now, moving on. Tip number 6, check the lagginess of your server. When you join a MVS server, it would be good if you turn on performance stats in the Roblox settings. If you're on mobile, click on the Roblox icon at the top left. If you're on PC, I think you press the S key if I'm not wrong. PC users correct me if I'm wrong. Once you click on it, this thing pops out. Press settings. Scroll down. And turn performance stats on. As you can see, turning performing stats on will allow you to see two important things: your device memory and your ping. Device memory and ping ensures how smooth your game would run. If your ping is high, like above 200, the game is probably going to be laggier and harder to play in. If your memory is high, but your device is bad, there's a chance your game might crash because your device cannot handle the high memory. You might get this pop-up on your screen, forcing your entire Roblox app to shut down. For me, this happens when my device memory hits 2,800 megabytes. I'm not too sure for you all though, but do keep a lookout. Yay, so it's more ideal if you choose a server where your ping and device memory is lower so your gameplay is smoother, especially if you have terrible devices like I do. Tip number 7, R6 versus R15 body settings. Basically your Roblox avatar can be R6, like both of us right now. Or it could be R15 like Dummy. I have played with both R6 and R15 body settings and I realized that the gameplay of both of them are quite different, especially as a murderer. I find knife throws smoother in R6 compared to R15. Is it just me or the knife speed is faster for R6? Slashing looks pretty much the same for both. R15 has two ways to slash though. Some people prefer R15, some prefer R6, so it really depends on which one you like more and can play better in. Personally, I'm alright with both of them. Tip number 8, juking. If you're a sheriff, you'll have to deal with murderers who would chase you around, trying to slash you. It's really annoying, and cannot be avoided if they're laggy, or if you're laggy. But you can increase your chances of survival if you know how to juke. So a tip is to stay as far away from the murderer's knife as possible, don't let it touch you. You can try to jump on top of objects like crates, platforms and structures if there's any, then jump over the murderer once they are near you. Use shiftlock to quickly turn your body as well. Here's an example. Now that was a good example of juking, but if you're in a small area, or area with nothing to jump on, then just try your best to move away from the knife. If the hitbox is trash, or if they're laggy then rip. Tip number 9, buy the Speed Boost Game Pass. The pass costs 200 Robux, and would allow you to sprint and jump high for 5 seconds. Honestly 200 Robux for this is so worth it, compared to buying the gold skin which costs 100 Robux. If you don't have Robux, you can make game passes then go on donation games to raise some, or you can use Microsoft rewards. Speed boost isn't necessary, because TCG managed to level up till level 280 and above even without buying speed boost. However, it would be helpful to have speed boost to boost away from a player who uses speed boost to target you. You can even do crazy moves like boosting up the second floor to get your opponents easily. Tip number 10. Be familiar with all the maps. There's currently 17 maps in total. Here is a list of all the maps and the more common and uncommon ones. Okay, so you should be familiar with how all the maps look like, where the murderers and sheriff spawns are, where they like to hide and camp at. You'll be familiar with all the maps once you play for some time, so keep playing. Final tip is to keep practicing. Practice makes perfect. Learn from your mistakes and don't be discouraged if you keep dying, it's normal. And yay, that's all the tips I have for now. Comment down below if you have any other tips. Once again, I would like to thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and share this video with everyone. I will see you all soon.